Welcome to Dear Alice, a lifestyle approach to interior design.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Dear Alice. We have a new episode for all of you today. Spring is in the air.
It's here.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of you have been feeling spring where you live. We live in a very fun, exciting, dominant four-season state, and they kind of tease each other back and forth where you think you're going to turn off the heat for...
And then the cold comes right back.
Freezing cold and snowing, and then you're like, no, we got to turn the furnace back on. But
I think we're like in fifth winter right now.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, it's feeling good. I'm feeling like it's really happening. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath.
Mm-hmm. Both my kids are spring babies, April and May. So we're like planning parties, crossing our fingers for good weather, that type of thing. Yeah. So that's when I know I'm like, okay, spring is here. We're going to be
season.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah. What's your guys' like, this is my favorite thing of spring, or like this is when we know it's coming type of thing?
My favorite thing about spring.
I love seeing the buds come on the trees again.
Mm-hmm.
I planted cherry blossom trees last year because my ones in my park strip had died. I don't know what they were, but I was like, I want pink blossoms. And we planted them, and those little buds are starting to do their thing. And I'm so giddy.
I know.
And I know it's coming, and my grass is green now instead of, looking like damaged blonde hair.
Yeah. That's the thing is like everything.
Yeah.
In the winter, I mean, I love snow. That's awesome. But it's like everything is so brown. You're like, when everything starts waking up, you're like, yes, finally.
I never realized, I'm like, maybe I was seasonally depressed. When it gets green, I'm like, why am I so much happier when it's green outside? Because it's been so ugly for so long.
One of my first signs of spring is that Suzanne starts buying flowers more often for her insides of her house.
It's true.
Yeah.
And I feel like you're feeling it outside, everything's getting green, and I want to bring that inside my house. So like that is my way. Yeah, you're right. I do. I just like start feeling all the containers.
And you start doing stories and pictures, and you're showing them, and you're feeling it. Yeah, it's signs of life for Suzanne Hall
on my Instagram account.
That's the thing when they do, signs of life.
Yeah,
where they have a picture of themselves with the date. That's how I know for you. It's pictures of the flowers. I'm like, it's spring for Sue. Yeah, so good.
You're like our groundhog, I guess, in that sense. Perfect.
Take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how it was meant.
I love it.
Yes. No. Yeah. Babies. You guys, I have to tell you a funny story. We're just going to do this and then we'll get to the topic. Speaking of rebirths, there were raccoons. A mama raccoon gave birth to babies in our chimney. We need to have them on the podcast. My nanny called you guys. Seriously, I could write a book. My nanny texted me yesterday, and she's just like, so there's some noises coming from the chimney. It's either birds or squirrels. Anyway, come to find out after a lot of poking around, there's a mama raccoon and her babies. Anyway,
2020.
I should feel honored that she felt so safe as to have her children in my chimney. I'm taking it that way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Anyway, but now we have to get it out. So any tips?
Best of
tips?
luck.
Yeah.
I haven't had that one happen before, but I do think that they're not nice.
No, they're not.
So you got to be careful.
I know. My neighbor's just like, oh, I have a long stick. We'll put it down there. I'm like, don't poke a mom after she's had babies. I know that.
Postpartum is real.
I'm going to give her some maternity leave down there, and then I'm going to call wildlife removal to remove her. So anyway.
That's very exciting. Yeah.
And there's fox fur on the side of my house. Yeah. I know. There was a brawl. Again, the fox
Circle of life is happening over at your house.
The animals are out. It's springtime.
Great teaching opportunities for the boys.
Yes.
I
know, right?
I love that.
So that is the signs of springs at my house. But yeah, I think this is really fun. I love that we're doing this episode because I think we all just are craving it. We crave it right after Christmas when we get rid of our Christmas and want to feel like a blank slate. And then right now we're trying to feel like, what do I need to do to give my house some rebirth without burning it down and rebuilding a new house. So that's what we're going to talk about today, is just all of our ways of kind of freshening up our house. So I'm really excited to hear what you guys do. I've been trying to think of what I do. So which flowers is for sure one of them, but
I love it.
Yeah.
I really love this challenge. It feels like a design challenge that you can win or lose at, but nobody's judging except for yourself, right?
So you get to determine if you totally lost.
Yes. I like to freshen things up because every once in a while, I know a lot of you listening are designers, and you probably get sick of your own home, and you don't want to pound of for sale sign in the yard because you know your husband would just kill you or significant other.
It's a terrible market right now. So
it is a terrible market.
Yeah.
So you're like, how do I freshen up my house so that I can just stay really excited about what we're doing here, right? Or maybe you're working on a client's home and that's giving you new life. But those of you that are kind of ready to just scratch that itch, I love shopping my own house. I recently, yes, thank you.
Yes.
I have four bedrooms downstairs, 2 for my kids. I have 2 guest bedrooms. I don't know. People say build a 5-bedroom house. So I did it. I only have 2 children. It's for resale, right? So I have these rooms that I got to fill up with furniture. I love to go down there and steal things and bring it up to the living room and take things from the living room and down and recycle them and then take this from the bedroom and take that from the side room. And it's like a design challenge. And I feel so fresh doing it. And recently I took a chaise from the guest bedroom. That's this really great, it's from Oli Studio. It's this great hickory mohair color, this rust. And I was just feeling like my living room didn't feel like it had enough color. You know how color's been such a thing lately?
Saturation.
I'm like, how do I feel more color in this more neutral space? And so I got a blue sofa. I mixed in this sort of burnt rust color with it using this chaise. I switched out my chairs. I switched out my side tables. I brought the bedroom lamps up. I put the living room lamps down. Yeah. And it was just like a couple of hours and I feel like I have a brand new room and I didn't spend a dime. So fun. So shopping the house is, I think, tip number 1 on sort of mixing things up for spring.
Yeah, and like whether you have rooms full of furniture, even like just those few different swaps will make the space feel better.
Yeah, and every space feels fresh and new, right?
That's
you
so
can even
true.
steal like the pillows off the bed and use them on the sofa, or I don't know. There's a lot of different ways just to get a new look with the stuff that you already have.
I'll say that too for styling, like all your tabletop styling and like your bookshelves, like shop your house, like take everything off and then like re-envision it. But I will say that over and over, edit everything out.
Yeah.
Like that's how I work best because
Totally.
I can't, it's hard for me not to see it the way it was because it worked. I liked it that first time, but like for me, I have to remove everything.
Yeah.
And then start from ground zero.
Would you,
and come up with something better?
In the case of my living room, would you leave the sofa in there because you know the sofa might stay? Or would you empty everything out first? And
I would
then
leave the key players because I think like for all of us, there's some pieces that like, that's the only sofa I have. So I'm going to keep that sofa there.
Yeah.
You know, so, but I mean, but even to be able to see it, I would move anything that could be removed, like any of the occasional chairs, even the end tables. If you have the luxury of even swapping them on either side or just reimagining it, try and remove that or you'll continue to see it the way it was. It's really hard not to.
Yeah.
So whatever you can remove, and then you can always put it back if that's like your only plug holder, but you won't be able to see it anyway. Like I'm pretty visionary. Visionary, that sounded really like the wrong word. I'm a visual person.
Yeah.
But even myself, like just because we're comfortable, we become comfortable with our things and we stop seeing the hangnail, you know, so you got to pull it out.
I also feel like if the sofa is going to stay in the room, maybe just move it to the middle of the room.
Interesting.
And just tell yourself, it's just because I want to vacuum under all my furniture because I'm spring cleaning. Right? Yeah. So get everything out of there, vacuum it really good, maybe even take the rug out because you might take a rug from a different room. Yeah. Or you might be like, I'm going to not use a rug this year, or I'm sure we would, but yeah, you just never know. But I think just get it all out to clean and then you can start to put things, or move that sofa to the middle room so you can vacuum behind it real good.
I love that.
And then maybe you'll put it on a different wall. Or maybe you'll put it back, but I don't know.
And while you're doing this, you removed all the stuff on top of it, get your rugs clean. Get your upholstery clean. It's spring. I love that
Get your
idea.
windows cleaned.
Get your windows clean. Everything's a clean slate.
Filthy
and then you
animal.
get to put it, filthy animal. Yeah. And then you get to put it back together again. And that's so much fun. So yeah, you're really good at shopping your house. Every time I go to Jess's house, I'm just like, what'd you do? Like, this is so fun.
We should go and shop Jess's house.
Yeah. I'm like, gosh, we got a chaise from Oli in the basement.
We should do a product exchange. Check things out of each other's libraries. Yeah. So fun though, right?
I love that.
Just even reworking the mantle makes me feel like I've scratched an itch, you know?
And if you have a good friend that's really talented, I should have Jess come and like rework my mantle because it's been the same for a second. So
you and your
friend
friend should swap styling. Yeah. See it in a new way.
I know.
That's really good.
Okay. So that's like on a larger scale. If you want to like really get some like, good sweat going on. Back to flowers.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I do just because and I love fresh flowers.
Yeah.
And I don't just do it. Like I do one on my entry, like chest. I do fresh flowers there. And
Tell
it's
them
so
where you like
fun.
to get your flowers.
I just go to Trader Joe's. Like, it's just like the
So you're not having a
easiest-
florist make you something once a
No.
week. You are the
I'm
florist.
the florist, and it gets me like creative, especially like we can't get into our like yards yet, so I can't dig in the dirt. It lets me do that, and like I live in a house full of boys, so that was an agreement that like my husband said. He's like, we should have fresh flowers for you every week, and I'm like, amen.
Yeah.
So
Permission
At
from the
least.
hubs.
I know. So that's what I do. I go to Trader Joe's and I try and get whatever's like in season too, because it makes me feel like current.
Yeah.
And like in the moment. So like in the fall, I usually get like sunflowers and mums and like big full flowers like that. And in the spring, I'm feeling like the tulips and the lilies and the smell and everything just gets me to the season that I want to be in. And I do it like a big entry one. If you have like, I have a lot of little kids, but in my dream, like there's like little votives and little nosegays sprinkled around the house, like by the sink and whatnot. But then I've also, now that the bathroom remodel is all done, emergency remodel, I'm putting them in my boys' bathroom, and it's so fun. And I loved what you said,
So
that
gorgeous.
my boys will, whenever they see flowers, fresh flowers, they'll want to put it in their bathroom. So anyway,
Think of
dirty,
you.
rotten boys should have fresh flowers.
You're giving
in
them
their
good
bathroom.
habits for like when they get
Thank you.
older and
Crush
yeah,
it.
get
I'll
married.
be like,
and all
honey,
that.
where
Yeah.
are the fresh flowers?
We need to get you fresh flowers.
Yeah.
Go to Trader Joe's.
Such
Anyway.
little gentlemen you're
I
raising.
know,
I love that.
Hopefully. So fresh flowers is, I think, one of my favorite things to do for
Mm.
spring.
Love it.
Yes.
What do you like, Cori?
I'm like all about like a tip of the cap to something or an Easter egg, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So like, I think bringing something that you have at like a collection that maybe is tucked away somewhere, bringing that out to display it. I was looking at my cocktail table yesterday because I was here at the showroom and I saw like our book display. I was like, I just have stacked up books. I'm like, I mean, it's like almost the draft and for the NFL. I have a Cowboys book there. I need to like get that baby open.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like and start. I don't know.
Teach your children.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
And just display something that I love and that is like me. So I think getting a collection out and finding an awesome way to display it is
Awesome.
yeah, it's like a breath of fresh air.
And it's so hard to break our acrylic book cradle easel. What is it?
You would know.
Have
Yeah,
you
with
tried
the-
to break
No.
it, Sue?
My kids have.
It's
Anyway,
indestructible.
you really, I know. I can give you performance ratings. Anyway, that thing is awesome.
That's great. I love adding the meaningful thing, Cori, because it's the story that you're telling of who lives there, what you're into. People that come over will be like, Cowboys, huh? And you're like, yeah, Cowboys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let me
if you don't
tell
like
you.
it,
Yeah.
I win.
pound
Yeah.
sand.
Yeah. Pound sand.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's
like
good.
even like in the construction phase, I did that a couple times at my house. Like we've talked about this before, but the pink tile in my bathroom is kind of like a tip of the cap to the very first bass that I bought and that I have still, and it's
Bass
with my,
guitar,
yeah,
y'all.
bass guitar, yeah.
Cori plays as a rock star.
And it's shell pink, like the tile, like, and so I was like, every time I see it, I'm like, yes,
Atta girl.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
it means something
exactly.
to you.
So yeah, there's
I
just
love
I just love like walking around my home and being like, that's awesome, yes, like
Hey,
it
girl.
feels like me,
What's up, dude?
yeah. So yeah,
I love
I dig that.
I like a meaningful motif too.
Oh, I love that.
Sue, what else do you love?
Oh gosh, I just got a new runner, like actually a rug for in front of my kitchen, and it's like giving me life. It's so happy. So I think runners, and we like for myself and even for clients' homes when they're like, we just need a refresh without tearing like apart the whole house. Runners are a really lovely, easy way to again scratch that itch. And so yeah, I have this like kind of pink and yellow runner in front of my island, and it's just so pretty. So I think getting things like that are just like an easy in and out that you can roll up, get them laundered or whatever, and just like lay them in your hallways in front of your, like in your bathroom vanities, your sink. I think it's just such a happy way that doesn't take a lot of work to like refresh a space. Like you see it totally differently and it feels important. That whole space, like my kitchen kind of blows right now, but I have a great runner.
Yeah.
I have kick-ass fresh flowers.
Yeah, you do.
So
Yeah.
You're
we're
winning.
welcome spring.
Yeah.
Get on here, raccoons. Like we're having a lovely time.
I love
And
that.
the runner really, really helped. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes me want to get new bath mats for in front of my vanity.
I feel the same
Yeah,
way.
like we should probably throw those away like once a year or something and get new ones.
It's like
yeah.
if you get fresh towels
Yeah.
and fresh bath mats, you are winning.
You feel like you got a new bathroom. Yeah.
You live in a hotel.
I need a new
Welcome.
bathrobe
5
too.
stars.
You should need to get someone to do it for you, and then that's when you're like, okay, yes, that feels good.
We'll
Yeah.
help each other. I'll
Teach-
put some in yours.
Teach Nolan
Yeah.
to watch the runners. Yes. So good
Exactly.
job.
I like that. So runners, bath mats, all those things.
Yeah. I think if people are feeling adventurous
Yeah.
and want to like, clear everything out, do some painting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bold move.
What do you mean by painting? Are you going to paint a picture or are you going to paint a room?
The entire room. Yeah.
Keep
The room,
talking.
yeah.
Yeah.
Fifth too.
Is this happening
Exactly.
over at
I
your
mean,
house?
yes, I am, because of Suzanne Hall, I am a believer in saturation and just,
The power of paint.
yeah.
And
yeah. And so
preach.
that's something I
Paint a
think
room.
is a little bit of an undertaking, but we have time while we're in fifth winter,
Mhm. Yeah.
like take a weekend.
You know what?
Paint some. You know what? I'm going to tell you right now. I have 5 paint swatches taped to the back of my front door.
I've been thinking about this and I was like, I can't wait to see
I
it.
have a little like crack in my front door, and because of the east sun, I've got like little bubbles in the paint.
Mhm.
It's been probably 5 years since it's been repainted. I'm like, well, if we have to paint it anyway, should we change colors? Like,
Mhm.
Coat, my friend.
feels like a facelift to the old house, you know?
Mhm.
So I don't know what's going to happen. My favorite is kind of this deep, dark orange color. I thought it could be like Hermesy and kind of
Ooh,
leathery
that's
because my
rad.
house is
We've
gray
shifted. I
shakes.
like this.
Mhm.
Maybe. I did bring home a dark, dark yellow. I
So
thought
you're
that
like-
could be pretty.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know. I
The
can't.
yellow
I'm
could
having an
be
identity
cute.
crisis because I'm like, who am I? Who out of all these colors? I'm like maybe too drastic. And then sometimes I'm like, maybe let's go back and keep it navy. But I'm like, oh, I've OD'd on navy
don't
over
do
the
yeah,
years.
yeah.
No.
Do something
Yeah.
different. That'd be right.
Yeah.
Some orange.
So yeah, maybe we paint our.
into
Maybe
it.
we don't paint a whole room, but maybe we paint our front door. That feels fresh.
Yeah, totally.
So we're gonna do it. I will say this: the painter said, if you're gonna paint your door, and I need to paint my shakes on the outside of my house, we got to do it in spring or we got to do it in fall. So don't wait another couple months and do it in the
Mhm.
dead of summer. Like this is our green light.
50, 60 degrees
your
is
shot.
Yeah.
what you need.
Yeah. So I got to make a decision like
Yeah.
right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's also what the
Come
painter
over,
would prefer
let's go
too,
get
because
a
then it has to
drink.
be
I
go
know.
sit at your
near you.
door.
Yeah. Will you
That
big
sounds like
sister
fun.
me into
Oh
what
my
color
gosh,
I
will
am?
absolutely. Oh, I'm so excited to see what you paint.
Yeah.
That'll be really, really fun. You guys, I'm having an itch. I need to paint my doors anyway. All those interior doors because
Oh,
they're just
yeah.
like, we've never touched those. And like
Fresh
as
from the
we-
70s.
Yeah.
Fresh vintage.
A fresh vintage, and where everything's like steam on my hallways, I'm feeling like I should have like all my doors like being a really
Suzanne's-
fun color.
Suzanne's hall color is white and the color is steam. So when she says all that steam on my hallways, doesn't mean she has a
Smoky.
fog machine going. It
That
means
would be fun though.
it means she used the
I
color
know.
steam, and she
Yes.
has wood doors from the 70s flat
Uh-huh.
panel,
Oh yeah, hollow core.
hollow core flat panel,
Hollow core.
wooden
Yeah.
doors. So are you thinking you're going to paint them, or are you getting like all new doors?
I might just get all new doors. I'm gonna quote it out because Tom's just like, I'll just paint them. Let's just do that. We have rough kids, but I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. So we'll price it both ways.
Are they flat?
Are they flat? Yeah.
Yeah. You
yeah.
just put some
just
molding
a
on them.
slab door. I don't even. Shoot, I'm the 70s.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
embracing this.
Yeah.
Raccoons in
Yeah.
my chimney. Wild, wild west.
I have raccoons in my chimney.
Bullocks for on my side of my yard.
That's hilarious.
Anyway,
That's
but I'm
amazing.
thinking, I'm like a persimmon coral color would be so fun to see like all my doors
actually
like
love
painted
that.
really happy, even from the bathroom, just like having that color from the inside of the blue.
Yeah.
Would
Makes me
you
so happy.
Do the jam in the casing as well?
Maybe. I actually like. I think I'll just do the high gloss blue and like that blue bathroom, but
Mhm.
then have the coral door. I think would be really, really
And
cute.
a
would be
white
rad.
casing. Are you keeping a white casing?
Oh yeah, on the
On the
outside, on
outside?
the hallway. But
Yeah.
like in the blue bathroom, or whatever.
You'll paint the
It's like-
casing to match
yeah,
the door.
depending on the room.
Look at
But
you.
then the actual door, and like, why not just have that red lip, just like grace every
Pretty.
single room.
Love.
So paint your doors. I love that. Your front
Paint your
door,
doors. Paint your
Mhm.
interior doors.
get
If
new
you're
doors,
if you're a good time, like Sue
Uh-huh.
Hall. She's an
We'll see.
artist. Yes.
we'll see.
Love
Um,
that.
I think one of the other things too is just like I feel like most, and this is my own problem. I have an art problem.
You too.
But one thing you can do, this is what I just want everyone else to do aside from me, because I don't have any room on my walls, is art. I think art's a really great way to freshen it up, going back to like keeping it personal
Mhm.
and like bringing in a collection or something that's meaningful. I think a really easy thing for you to do while you're styling your bookshelves is to get beautiful picture frames and print new pictures, like just personal candid shots of your family. I think that just like to feel like what age they're at now or what age you want them to remember or a moment of your parents. Such a great way. I love our crystal frames. Not a plug, but I just want to buy some for myself. So I'm thinking very selfishly right now.
Yeah.
Like I want to buy some of those and print out beautiful pictures of my family.
Do you know what I love about the crystal frame too? Is that it's clear. Yeah. And so it almost feels like it's without an age or a decade that you can really point to when, because frames come and go. These big, thick, chunky ones were in style. And then little thin metal ones. And these are just like without any era, and they're see-through. And so they go with everybody's decor, but they're crystal. And so they have beautiful, radiant, clear. And the picture's the hero. The frame's not taking anything away from it. I love it so much. I think it's such a great gift too. And then you can put a memory in it.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so good.
Yeah. I love that. And then with your other art, like if you have pieces that have been kicking around that need a new frame, get it reframed. I feel like most clients that we talk to, they're like, we have these things, but they need a new frame. They need a new mat. Like it's just like tired. So I think just getting something reframed gives it a whole new life.
Yeah.
For your art that's existing, or if you have stuff, like I have stuff that's like in a file that I just need to get reframed or get actually framed. So I think like that's another way for me that I like to bring a little bit something new and swapping out my art from wall to wall.
Yeah, I was just thinking I need to do that. I have a piece behind my front desk and I'm so tired of it. I feel like
burn
it feels juvenile to me now. I hate it. I decided I hated it. I'm a woman now, dang it. So I want to pound my fists. And I actually have identified which piece in the basement family room I want to come.
You're going to go still.
I'm thinking I'm going to put the water lilies behind the front desk and put that color wheel in just a basement storage room because I don't want to even look at it. I hate it now. Yeah.
Leave it for your grandkids.
I've looked at it too long. Yeah. It's not an original or anything, but it seemed really fun at the time. But it's been a decade and it served me well. And we're going to.
For use has been expired.
It's going to be really cute in one of my daughter's homes someday. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So swapping art out or pictures and picture frames. That's a really good one.
Cute.
I have the last one, which is update the first thing your eye sees when you walk in a room.
Ooh, to tell.
Well, I think that is your first impression. And so I feel like you're going to get a lot of credit for it because if you can walk in and see something different, that's going to do the most work for you if you're not in a mood to rearrange your entire house, right? So for me, like when I walk in my front door and I can have a straight shot of above my desk, like we just talked about, and I have that French color wheel that I'm so tired of. I'm like, I just need to see anything new. And then I'll have this new lease on life. And recently on both sides of the French color wheel, I have 2 big brass shelves. And I had all my books standing up with bookends and art and everything. I was like, I can't look at this one more day. So I took everything off the shelves, like you said, in one of the earlier ones. And I started over and I started stacking my books horizontally.
That's such a beautiful
in just stacks. And I actually did it by color because it looks more organized and less like a garage sale. And I just have to switch out that piece of art. And that whole focal point that I see when I walk in is brand new. It feels so good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Or maybe it's like, I've had something different above my mantle before in my living room. And we came out with a new mirror. So I mounted that and I'm like, brand new room, focal point fixed, So sometimes that will even be a quick fix if you're wanting something new. In your house. You don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Yeah. Just fix the focal point.
Rotate some things around.
Yeah.
Okay, I love that.
Totally.
To do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Freshening things up for spring, y'all.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was a fun conversation.
Super fun.
I
Short
love
and sweet.
it. Yes.
So many projects.
Me too.
Go pick up some fresh flowers.
Yes.
Switch a few things around.
You guys, thank you for listening. If you like what you hear, leave us a 5-star rating. We are always grateful for your support and your feedback, and we're gearing up for our next Dear Alice Q&A. So if you have a design question, dial us in, send us an email at dearalice@alicelanehome.com. We would love to hear from you, and we would love to help. We'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for listening. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating.